Okay, I know I look young, I know. But I've been doing photography for about 15 years now, and in that period of time I tried a lot of camera accessories. Some of them really sucked, like really sucked, and some of them actually really good, which all led me here to make this video about 10 most essential photography accessories that every photographer needs to have in 2025. And the best part of all is that they're all under 100 bucks. Actually, one is a little bit more than that, but trust me, it's worth it. Just stay with me. First one, Superclamp. Like this is such a cheap thing that you can buy that it can save so many of your shoots. This one is by Newer. I think it's ST83. Link is gonna be here somewhere. For example, a couple of weeks ago, I had a shoot with Asia in a clinic in Manhattan, and they put us in this really small room with horrible overhead light. So what I had to do is I took this little clamp and I took X60 and I clamped them together to the cabinet doors with a stuff box and pointed out at them, so I had some light, and he actually saved my shoot because otherwise it would look really bad with overhead lighting and raccoon eyes. Clamp by itself comes with this little arm, which is great, and actually is managing to hold my A7S III for the shoots when I need it. If you watched my videos before, you probably noticed that I use reflectors a lot. Like, a lot. I love reflectors. I think they're extremely underrated, and they are great piece of equipment that you should have with you on any kind of shoot that you're going. Either if you're blocking the light, you're reflecting the light, or just diffusing the light. Reflectors are the best thing that you can have with you. And I'm not even kidding, I'm making a whole separate video on how to master using reflectors. If you don't have one, you should definitely go on Amazon and get one. They have from small sizes, from like 10-15 inches up to like 200 centimeters. What is that? 6 feet, I guess. Okay, next thing on the list, and this is not in any particular order of importance, is cleaning kit. This is mandatory if you own mirrorless cameras these days, because eventually you're gonna get a dirt and dust on your sensor, and to save yourself hours of cleaning in Photoshop, buy one of these. You can buy all these things individually, or you can buy them as a kit on Amazon for like 30 bucks or whatever. Next up on the list, Multitool. Multitool, I mean, do I really have to explain why this is good? I use this way more often than I actually think that I'm gonna need to. I the most use the screw-in knife and these little guys, because I have sometimes to pull stuff out, cut, and whatever. It's so good to have one of these. I know that mine costs more than $100, so this is not gonna be like in a budget, but there are also smaller ones and cheaper ones for like 40, 50, even Small Rig has a couple of those with Allen keys and whatever for like 20 bucks or something like that. I don't know about you, but I had to pay a lot of money to recover footage from some memory cards, and I learned my lesson because 2 of my SanDisk Extreme cards died in the same week. Brand new from B&H. Of course, B&H refunded me for both cards and all that stuff, which is fine, but then I decided to try these as an alternative, and Sony Tough cards are great. I'm not paid to do this. I just really love these guys. Unless you have to do 120 frames per second on Sony cameras, you do not need faster card than this. This can do 4K 60 frames per second, and that's what I use the most. Save yourself money if you don't need to do that, and get yourself a couple of these 128 or 256. Now, when we speak of memory cards, one more really important thing. Please don't buy cheap memory card readers. They're #1 killer of the memory cards. If you can't afford a good card reader, do yourself a favor, use the USB-C transfer straight from your camera into your computer, and don't do the cheap card readers. They can fry your card in seconds. I use Sony's card reader only because it has the reader for the Type A cards from Sony. Otherwise, I used SanDisk's one for like, I don't know, 40, 50 bucks or something like that. I keep on forgetting memory cards and batteries all the time. All the time. I don't know how many times I went to the shoot I did not have memory cards or a battery, and I'm just trying to figure it out and make something happen. Yes, it happens to all of us probably. Anyway, so I found this case that has a bunch of slots for memory cards on the top, micro SDs, regular SDs, and Type A cards. And I also have inside, I can fit 3 batteries and my Rode wireless kit with cables and all the other stuff. It's also kind of waterproof because it has a sealing. It's made of kind of pretty cool plastic and it has a padding inside. I'm not sure how much I paid for it, but it's definitely in the budget. There's going to be photo here, but get yourself one of these so you never forget your memory cards and your batteries again. The next one, and one of my favorites, is filters. I own a lot of filters. I love them. They make me happy. They're more expensive. There are more cheaper versions to get. If you want to get some higher brand, yes, they're going to be more than $100. But if you want to get something cheap just so you can play with, Blue Streak or Gold Streak, you can find these filters on Amazon for like $20. And they will give you a perfect lines across the screen, something like kind of anamorphic for poor people. So any light that hits the lens will give a streak of light. So you're going to have a bunch of lights everywhere. It's kind of cool effect depending on what kind of photo you want to make. Or you can get some of the mist filters like Glimmer Glass, Black Satin, and Black Pro Mist. There's a bunch of them on the market. And yes, some of them do cost more than $100 if you're looking for the bigger sizes like 82mm and onwards. But hint, go on B&H, type in a search what kind of filter you want and type in use next to it. It's going to take you to the part of the website that is dedicated just to the used equipment, and you can sometimes find these filters for like 30-40% off than the new price. There are other options like split diopter, halo, and on and on. There's a bunch of them. You should just get a couple of them to try to test it out to see if you like it. If you don't, move to the next one. It's that simple and it's not really that expensive. The one that was out of the budget that I was telling you about is this little guy. I found this on YouTube on some random video when I was going down the rabbit hole at 3 a.m. It looks so cute that I had to get it. This is a Godox Senior Lux Retro Flash. It's a mouthful, but look how adorable this thing is. I mean, come on. I used this on a couple of photo shoots. It actually makes a really cool light, and it also looks kind of a little transformer thing. So yeah, it is a little bit out of the budget, but this thing will give you such a cool photos that you can just play with it later in Lightroom and get some really good results. Next up, we have a prism. Prism is really interesting piece of glass that you can use to get all different kinds of reflections and breakings of the light through it straight to the camera. For example, if you need to fill up the corner that you don't like because somebody's sitting there or whatever, you can put this thing in the corner of that lens, point it the way that you want, and move it around until you get a reflection that you want. These things cost $15-20 or something like that. You can find them on Amazon as well, but they make really cool effects. Besides being useful for photography, for getting cool effects, you can actually have fun with it by pointing the light at it and see how it reflects on the other side and how it breaks onto the different colors. It's really cool. This is one of my first LED stick lights that I ever bought. This is Hajibis. This is like 40 or 50 bucks. This is the most simplest LED stick that you can buy on Amazon, and it does amazing job. Amazing. It's very simple, 3 buttons. It's nothing complicated, no Wi-Fi connection, none of that. The battery lasts 30-40 minutes or something like that. I actually did a whole photo shoot with this light with Laura on the rooftop, and it worked great. I think this is a perfect light if you need to buy any kind of light to start with. For this kind of money, nothing better you can find on the market, 100%. I was thinking what to put as the last thing on our list and decided for that to be the aerosol cans. I think they're a great tool to make your set get a really nice moody vibe so you can see the light going through it and make a really cool effect. The only problem with them is that they're not really compact, portable. They're still cans, so you need a couple of them if you're gonna use it for multiple tries, multiple shoots. But I solved that by getting one of these, and actually I gave one away last week to one of you guys. This is a Colbor CF5, the 40-watt smoke machine. Yes, I know this is out of budget and it's $129, but I think it's a perfect investment if you want to have something that you can be having with you in your bag. It doesn't take too much space, and it can give you the atmosphere anywhere you want, and you can just recharge it and refill it. You know, it's that simple. Think about it. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. I'm really glad that you're all here. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.